I totally just realized that my mic was muted during all of those welcoming ins. So, hi. Hello to God Clusterfuck, Liquid Garnet, and Darkwind 30. Thank you for the welcome back, Darkwind. As you can tell by the title of the stream, it has indeed been a hot minute, and clearly I don't know what I'm doing. Where did my note go? My notebook go? Did I put it in here? Maybe I did. So I just rambled for like, I don't know, however long into the void because my mic was muted. There it is. Haha. Okay. So, the goal for tonight is to watch at least one analog horror series all the way through. And maybe possibly, if life gives me a break, do a breakdown of it in the future. I actually need to add this one to my little list. No, Liquid Garnet, it wasn't you. It was literally just my mic was muted in OBS because I've actually never streamed on YouTube before. I've done one stream for I think it was the Smile Company. That was my first live stream on Twitch, and then I kind of fell by the wayside on Twitch. So I thought maybe this would be easier to reach all of you guys, was to just do it on YouTube. Also, if you hear noises in the background, it's either my dog snoring or it's fireworks that neighbors 3 houses over have decided to set off. So I'm pretty sure they're done, but if you hear anything, that's probably what it is. OQUE. Hour. Cool. It's in the book now. It'll definitely happen at some point. Maybe. Oh! So this is one that I've wanted to do for a little while, and I want to see if it's still up. I have a couple that I could do. They're fairly short. One of them is more ARG based, and the other one I think is more video based. What is it called? Hello, TLM Gaming. Welcome to the very beginning of this kind of slumming it stream. Oh, it was the Smilo Company that I first did my first live stream for, and I think that one came out pretty well. But this is my first stream on YouTube, so here's hoping it goes the same way. What did I do with it? I know I posted it in a community tab. Maybe I can find it there. I almost hit sign out. Let's not do that. Community tab from a little while ago. Because I asked you guys a poll. Which one you'd rather see me do? Okay, here it is. Saintwell Mall. I forgot what it was called. Do they still only have one video? Oh, yeah, they do. But they do have a whole website. Oh, this just leads back to the YouTube channel. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like a lot of my... Jeez. Looking... Oh, yeah. So, that's spoiler stuff. I don't want to do that yet. Yeah, but, like, the pictures aren't loading for some reason. So we have this one that barely has any clues involved with it. However, the people involved in this are are fairly experienced in the field, I'll say. Because I think this person is also working on, or at least is partially working on, Milton's math games. And this is like a side project that they were doing. And I think Minaxo was in this one as well. So we can do this one, but this one doesn't have a whole lot going on. Or we can do a longer one by Bloople called Jumpy Pop. Jumpy Pop caught my attention probably back when I first was looking at other analog / digital horror things to do after I got done Animal Investigator. Because this is like a whole field of its own, and I think I have it saved. Yeah, I do. I have the website saved right here for it. Hey, String Theory TV. Yeah, I am back. At least for a little bit anyways. I wanted to try and do a stream now that life's catching me a break and my kids are all asleep. Also, if you still haven't checked out String Theory TV after my analysis video, somewhere, I don't remember where because I couldn't find it the other day. I tried showing it to somebody. The creator posted like a live stream response to my video and my theories, and I tried going back to find it and I couldn't. But it was a very well done video, even if I did feel defeated just a little bit. So if you still haven't checked out String Theory TV, highly recommend it. It's a great series. Thoughts on Chainmail Chasers if you've seen it. I've seen Nightmind's video on it. Chainmail Chasers really is kind of one of those things that I'm not super into it. Not because I don't think it's good, but because that sort of thing terrified me as a kid. I was in middle school when chainmail things like Smile Dog or all that stuff was big. Like, I was in like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So seeing those things again gives me a little bit of like PTSD from being afraid of those. It looks really cool. It's a really great concept. It's just not something that I can bring myself to look up for fear that I will just shit myself on stream or during the video making process. So, what are our options? I need a notebook that is not a list of feature projects. Move my D&D character sheet. Here we go. So we have Jumpy Pop as an option. We have Saintwell Mall. Short but sweet. This is M. Hi, is this... This isn't my sibling, M. Hi, M. So we have Jumpy Pop, Saintwell Mall. There was a couple other short ones I was looking at. There's the pretty obvious big ones like Tangivirus that I was thinking about. Pizza Time Pizza. Midwest Angelica. PB Here. Gemini, Eventide, Mandela, you know, all the big famous ones I thought about taking a look at. If I had about 12 hours, I would say Everyman Hybrid, but I don't have 12 hours tonight, so... Let's see. I don't think we're siblings. No, my sister's name is M. You heard her participate in the Paranormal Paranoids video. She was the voiceovers for that. And fun fact, we're hoping to work on a little bit of merch together that she would be selling through her Etsy store. Dreams of an Insomniac, I've seen one video of. I have huge respect for Postra, so I might... That's having my mouse over that was kind of spoiling that. I might check that one out tonight. That's actually another good option, depending on how long it is, because it's already like what 11 o'clock, and I don't have to work tomorrow, but I do have 3 kids who wake up in the morning. So, Dreams of Insomniac. Vintage 8 started a new one as well. Which one is that? I saw the Human Trial. I saw like the main trilogy of them that they did. The Tangivirus, Oracle, whatever that one was called, and then the Human Trial. Have you heard of the Batman Analog Horror, the Arkham tapes? Actually, I have not. Is it going to ruin the Arkham Knight games for me? If I could actually spell, that would be fantastic. The Arkham tapes. Or is it like the Arkham tape sneak peek? I don't want to watch the playlist. I just want to see the thumbnails. Because I don't want to get spoiled on anything. Get out of it. There we go. View full playlist. Okay, so it's like of each villain. That's cool. Because I really like Batman's Rogue Gallery. They have like some of the more gruesome characters and some of the more gruesome incidents that happen to his rogue villains. Like, we laugh about it now, but like Clayface just turning into that thing, or like falling into a pit of acid, or like just being fused with a bat, like when you think about it in real life, is very terrifying. How long are these though? They're all fairly long. I'm gonna go to the bat feed though. Maybe I'll subscribe to it, and I'll keep an eye on it. News, lore, and so much more. So is this what they do? Or are they like a Batman breakdown channel? Have you heard Incomplete People? Is that the name of it, Liquid Garnet? Incomplete People? Hello, International Spying. How are we doing tonight? So, Arkham tapes. Yes, that is the series. And then oh, this is the Vintage 8 one. Okay. Do I have to remember the other 3 to watch the Incomplete People? Because if I do, I really don't. All I remember is the Tangivirus, because that's the big popular one. And then I remember Oracle became a thing, and then I remember the Human Trial. I felt kind of mid on, but I remember the basic premise. And it's one video, so we could probably check that one out. It's one video that's 13 minutes as opposed to like 12 videos that are all 8 minutes long. I don't want to go for super long tonight because, like I said, I still have kids who are asleep and I have to get up with in the morning. So people. Oh no, my pen's dying. Fuck, my pen died halfway through writing. I hate it when that happens. I believe it's a standalone. Have you heard anything about the Man in the Suit, aka the Godzilla Analog Horror? Yes, I have. I've watched that one all the way through. Mainly because I'm the chosen dad personality that I have is World War II buff. That's my dad character sheet trait. So, yeah, I have watched that one, and I am actually a very big fan of that one, and I'm glad it got all the attention that it did. We'll wait till probably like right up to 11 o'clock to actually pick one and start watching. I just want to give a chance for more people who might have not have jumped in yet to jump in and join us before we get started. There was one that I was super interested in when it first started because I was watching the YouTuber who did it. And they were talking about it and they put it up in their Discord and it was really cool. The whole premise was like it's a sad person who is making songs and poetry that kind of hint at like a darker past and are clues to like several crimes that they've committed. Like the first song would lead up to like the place that it happened. The second song would lead up to like who it affected and stuff like that. But I don't think they ever continued on with it. It was like the first music analog horror / ARG that I kind of noticed, and I have it in my list, but I don't think they've done anything past like 2 videos. Also, I keep bumping my mic. Some of the ones I have in my notebook are like, there's no sense in talking about them because they've been done to death. Like Boy with a Camera, that's just a short film, not like an analog horror that I could break down. Or like the Hot Dog Archives, where they're more comedy than anything. Not unfiction, but have you heard of the gaming company Project Moon? I actually have not. I don't really follow gaming much anymore. I used to be really big into it. I used to follow every new release that came out, and when I worked at GameStop and all that. But I really haven't followed gaming in a long time. Oh, and then I just remembered the last one that I was thinking of. I don't know how many of you pay attention to TikTok, but I follow, or I did follow when I had a TikTok. I wonder if if he still got all of his lore here, because I think no, I didn't. So this creator, Robert the Weirdo, has posted several videos, and they all have to do not each and every single one, but a lot of them have little snippets of lore, and one of them had a Google Drive, and you follow the Google Drive through like 5 or 6 different files and documents, and they all talk about like illegal experimentation, or it's like a story of 2 scientists who have a falling out with each other after an experiment goes wrong. It's super interesting. I can't remember how to get there for the life of me. So I might see if I can find that one again. But no, like this guy does some pretty funny things. This might be the right one. I don't remember.
Excuse me. I need your help. You need to kill me. Excuse me.
This is just like that's the kind of stuff they do. It's like exaggerated movements with sounds.
You didn't wreck it? You didn't hit anybody? You didn't run anybody over? You didn't get a speeding ticket? Wait, Jeffy, why are you making that face? Jeffy, did you get a speeding ticket? So nothing bad happened?
See, it's like that sort of thing, but he does have a series of things. I don't know why I didn't save the Google Drive. I should have just done that. Yeah, I agree. I agree. This is M. The Man in the Suit was so good, like especially for the fact that the person creating it is pretty much a kid, you know. I hate saying that because it sounds like I'm setting a low bar for whatever content that they create, and like, oh, they can't create much because they're just a kid. But like, I'm 28 years old. Anybody who's under the age of 18 to me is a kid. Um, it's just it's very very cool and unique to see somebody that young have that much talent, and I have major respect for them. Major props. They've made 3 games: Lobotomy Corporation, Library of Runia, and Limbus Company. All of them are difficult to understand the core mechanics. So is that like a they're hard to understand, like the gameplay itself, and they're just bad games, or is it they're hard to understand like lore wise? Because I find things like Dark Souls lore hard to understand because I just never pay attention to it. Um, oh, I should probably give you guys an update as to what's going on with the channel, right? Because the channel's been very, very quiet for the past little while. So the channel's not dead. It's still gonna be going strong. It's just life has been beating the crap out of me lately. And this friggin' video, the Gooby video project. I don't have it pulled up, or I would give you guys a sneak peek. The Gooby video is either going to stay incomplete, or it's gonna have to be like a very long postponed, like 3 to 4 part series, because I can't bring myself to like constantly go through frame by frame anymore. Like I have my little let me pull up my screenshots here so you guys can see literally everything past the thumbnail for my last video. All of these double screenshots and like framed screenshots are part of the Gooby video that I have to go through and crop and analyze and just blow my brains out doing. It's gonna like fry my brain if I look at it for more than like an hour at a time. And this video is going to be humongous, like huge. So my options are to either split it up or to just postpone it indefinitely until I can finally finish it. But the problem with that is that they're still just gonna pump out more Gooby videos because they're really good. And I'm at the point where I might just wait for it to finish before I make more. Hard to understand the mechanics, but the fun games, except for Lobotomy Core. That's cool. Maybe at some point I'll do like a gameplay night or do some horror games. I wanted to do the CD-ROM for Liminal Land tonight because I am going to work on a Liminal Land Part 2, which will be a whole lot easier than just working on Gooby. But I went over here to click on the link for it, and it just says the content is no longer available. And then I remembered I downloaded the where is it? I downloaded the Liminal Land CD-ROM, right? I downloaded it back in December. I click on it, and the folder's empty. So, like, I don't know if it ever really existed in the first place, or what. I could probably go on the Discord and find it, but I don't really want to do that right now. Hello, happy to see you still active. I am happy to be still active. I am happy to be here. I'm happy that you joined the stream. Many names on the internet. It took me a quick minute to read that name because the A was capitalized and the M was not. But no, this is definitely going to be... There's footage of the game. Is it just like footage that I can find on YouTube? Or is it like like this, like the investigation here. Let me see if I can move my little guy over here. Well, now he's facing the wrong way, and I don't remember how to flip him. You know what? It's fine. We'll put him back here, and we'll shrink him down a smidge. There we go. Yeah, so if it's this that has footage from the game, I'll have to check it out, but I don't think it does. I think it just has like the notes and drawings and stuff, right? Have you watched Radar? I really did like Radar. I have to admit, I watched Postra's breakdown of Radar before I watched the actual thing, just because that was the first thing that came up. But it's a very cool concept. I really, really like the way that it looks. Radar was a lot of fun to sit through and watch, even after I had the analysis at my fingertips. So right now, our options for tonight are Jumpy Pop, which has some videos plus a lot of ARG stuff attached to it. Saintwell Mall, which has one video and 1 or 2 pages worth of lore on a website. Dreams of an Insomniac. Thoughts on Dream of an Insomniac? I've really only seen one video, but it's made by Postra, which means it's probably really, really good. I really enjoy Postra's stuff, especially their art style. That is one of the options that we might check out tonight, though, is Dreams of an Insomniac. We also have the Arkham tapes, which is a little bit of a longer series. And, you know, like I said, I might want to keep this a shorter stream. And then we have Incomplete People, which is a Vintage 8 project that is only one video, but it's like 13 minutes long, which makes it a probable candidate for tonight. If I knew how to make a poll in my live chat, I would do that. Other people played the CD-ROM. I could look for it for you. Yeah, if you want to see if you could find like the footage for it and stuff, so I can at least see it. And then when I make my Liminal Land video, I'll give that creator or whoever played it the credit. It's probably in the Liminal Land Discord, but I haven't been in there in a hot minute. And I don't want to just jump right in there right now while we're on stream. Actually, you know what? If I pull it up in front of my OBS, I could probably get it. Down for whatever you want. That's a matter of what I got. I gotta choose something first. Oh man, why did Discord sign me out? Maybe I can find it on my phone. Apparently my computer hates me. There's my Discord. Liminal Land, there you are, Liminal Land. I don't know why I opened up the anomaly chat in the Liminal Land Discord, and the first thing I see is Hidden Valley Ranch. Although now that I say it out loud, that's fairly common to see in this Discord. Liminal Land, that's the lore talk. Where is the... They have a big document here. Training screenshots. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I don't know. I'll find it eventually. Yeah, if you haven't joined the Liminal Land Discord yet, go right ahead. There's some pretty cool people in there. They've done a lot of clue cracking, and I would not have been able to make my first video without that Discord server. Um, I think what we're going to do is we are going to watch Incomplete People because it's the shortest one on here. I don't think I'm going to make a whole video about it anyways because it is only one video. So I think what I'll do is we'll watch this tonight and then I'll try to start streaming earlier, maybe later on this month or something, as long as things go well. So I will probably look at a longer series at that point. But Anna, you can't steal Mom's Hershey Kiss Vampire. You can't steal your mom's Hershey Kiss Vampire. Anna. Sorry, I'm talking to my dog. Anna, come here. Come here, big girl. Come here. Alright, be sassy. Be comfy. Hold up. Alright, I'm freaking out a little bit. The baby monitor in my daughter's room just started like making like a noise. So I will be right back. I'm gonna go check on that and make sure like her fan didn't tip over or something. If I don't come back, I'm probably dead. Okay, I didn't die. It was a mix between my daughter's monitor and my boy's monitor in their bedroom. They have an AC and she has a fan. So, both of them kind of went off at the same time and it freaked me out. Alright, so I think the consensus is we're going to watch the Incomplete People lecture tonight. And we will watch some of the other ones at a later date, or we will... Why is my mic, like, super loose like that? Professionalism, everybody. My link was blocked. I don't know how to unblock links for, like, chats or stuff like that. I'll check it out probably at some point tomorrow. I'll just browse the subreddit for a bit. But for anybody just joining, we're watching the Incomplete People lecture by Vintage 8. The same person who made things like the Tangivirus and the Human Trials and stuff like that. A mysterious lecture that causes the death of those who watch it is leaked online. So am I gonna die if I watch this PowerPoint? Alright, everybody got their popcorn, their soda. Lights are off. I swear to God, if I start hearing, like, video crackles in this video mixed with the baby monitors, I'm gonna lose my mind. Alright. Here we go. Turning that way down for my headphones. In his 8 years at Kate's Crossing. Kate's Crossing is the place in the Tangy virus, isn't it? In his 8 years at Kate's Crossing University, Dr. Jones's class has become quite popular with the students at the university. He taught many courses in the history department, and he did a yearly Halloween lecture called The Haunted History of Kate's Crossing, where he discussed the town's many urban legends. However, on Halloween 2008, Dr. Jones gave what would be his final lecture. He spoke about the relatively unknown legend, the Incomplete People. "30 students attended that presentation. 8 of them perished days after the class, some under very odd circumstances. 6 disappeared, including Dr. Benjamin Jones. Soon after, Dr. Jones and his final lecture would become an urban legend of its own. The 16 surviving attendees said despite the creepy subject, some theatrics, there was nothing unusual about the presentation, but more superstitious disagree. Something in this presentation must be evil and potentially dangerous." If you continue watching, then you do so at your own risk. What do we think, guys? Do we continue? Do we feel like potentially disappearing? Maybe I should show this video to my boss, so my boss disappears, gets off my back. Well, considering the video has 21,000 views and I haven't heard anything on the news about it, I'm going to assume that we're safe to go. International Spying says I'm hype. Heck yeah, let the void take me. Seems fun. Alright, seems like we're going in. 3, 2, 1. Moving in at our own risk.
Hello everyone, welcome. Happy Halloween. It's spooky season, so that means it's time for another ghastly tale from the haunted history of Kate's Crossing. Tonight's topic is a little unique compared to my previous lectures. For one, very few people heard these stories. The occurrences are so rare and spread out.
He looks like Dr. Hammond
unrelated.
From Jurassic Park.
Almost. Second, usually I'm in a library reading dusty old books, hoping I stumble onto something interesting. However, this is the first time something interesting came looking for me. Tonight, we're talking about the incomplete.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a scary story. Do not start barking like that. Goodness gracious, you're gonna give me a heart attack. Good lord. I'm sitting here listening to him talk and all of a sudden I just hear woof, woof, like at the door. And I'm like, don't even.
Complete people.
Yo! I don't know what these things are, because I don't have context for them yet, but they look super funny. I don't know why. They remind me of, like, monsters from Monsters, Inc. type character design. I'm here for it.
So I'm sure you're asking, who or what are the incomplete people? Well, from what I can tell, they seem to be ghosts or apparitions missing a piece of their bodies, like arms, legs, torso, head, or a combination of the above. And what they seem to want is to replace those missing appendages by taking them.
Hold up. Alright, my daughter's starting to wake up, so we're going to take a quick pause, intake the last 3 minutes that we just learned, and I will be right back after I go make sure she's good. Brief intermission. Okay, we're back. She's content. She was just a little overheated, so she needed a bottle, diaper change, and her fan turned up a little bit, and she's good to go. So where were we? So we were talking about who or what the incomplete people are, right? And he said they're ghosts that are missing like part of their bodies, right?
From their victims. Scary, right? Now let me back up. To fully understand this story, I need to start at the beginning, or at least the beginning for me. 2 years ago, I received an email from someone claiming to be a former student, Michelle Astro. She claimed to be researching a relatively unknown urban legend called the Incomplete People, and wondered if I was familiar with the topic. Michelle said she first discovered the legend in an online message board dedicated to the paranormal. When I said that I was unfamiliar, she emailed me 3 stories. As you can imagine, I get a lot of emails like this. Most of the time, I kick them to a grad student to vet, or I delete them altogether. But this one...
This setup seems like your pretty typical creepypasta investigator rabbit hole. You know, somebody emails you about like a creepy story that they heard, or somebody says, hey, I was your student, here's my story of experiencing this, or here's this weird game I found. It's like, it feels like it's along those lines. Or I got this weird email from what I thought was spam, or something like that. So good setup so far.
Felt different. And when you've been doing this as long as I have, you tend to get overly excited at the opportunity to discover something new. So, 3 stories. They came to me in no particular order, but let's start with the first one I read. The Curious Case of Jessica Bell. It was 1985, and Jessica was a freshman at this university. According to those that knew her, she was a serious student who mostly kept to herself. Jessica had a handful of close friends, no boyfriend, and her only social activity seemed to be her participation in a variety of campus clubs. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Days before her death, she started complaining about hearing another student screaming in the hallways of her dorms late at night.
Oh, I didn't like that.
She screamed.
The sudden change in atmosphere and like the little ding ding like caught me off guard a lot more than I thought it would.
You have my arms. You have my arms. There are police reports to back this story up. Believe me, I've checked. Jessica made the same complaint for 3 days, but no one else ever heard what she...
Believe me, guys. True story. My source? Trust me, bro. What did I miss out? You mainly just missed out on me checking my daughter and making sure that she's good because she started to fuss through the baby monitor. We are taking a look at the Incomplete People video by Vintage 8. It seems pretty good so far. We're about 4.5 minutes in, and I'm pretty invested, honestly. It seems like a really cool concept.
She heard. Jessica must have thought she was being pranked because she offered the police a recording, which we have. Hear anything? No. All right, let's listen again.
Still don't hear anything.
Good. Neither do I. Neither do they. But on the 4th night, this weird story gets weirder. Jessica claimed an armless girl was...
What is that sound in the background? Is that supposed to be like college campus talk, or is it like noise coming from behind this door?
This weird story gets weirder. Jessica claimed an armless girl was trying to get into her room. From what she described, the woman was trying to bite her way through the door. Jessica claimed that when she looked through the peephole, all that she could see was the woman's open mouth coming for her. The drawing you're seeing was provided by my friend Greg Warringchuk. This is going to help us visualize the monster. He provided the others that you'll see too.
His class,
So at this point,
okay.
Campus police dismissed
I
her
wasn't
report,
sure if it
which
was
they
like something I
come
was supposed to be
regret.
listening for.
The next morning, she was found dead. In her car, missing both of her arms. No arrests were ever made. They couldn't connect the crime to anyone, nor could they find anyone fitting the description of the armless woman. The appendages were, of course, never found. The coroner report said the wounds were consistent with bite marks, human bite marks. Time passed, and Minnie came to believe.
So did this ghost just kind of like ate her arms? That's kind of what I'm getting. I'm assuming they go after the parts that they're missing, right? To try and feel complete again.
That the coroner got it wrong. It had to be an animal attack. What else would want arms, right? I'm not sorry to say that that one had me hooked. It had just the right amount of truth and weirdness to be an urban legend. Okay, story number 2. In 1989, Carl DeLont, recent college grad, had just started a job in insurance. Friends said he was a nice, outgoing guy, until, of course, he wasn't. Friends say he became obsessed with a Polaroid camera he found in his new apartment. He spent hundreds of dollars in film cartridges and took pictures of random empty spaces wherever he went. It was so bad, friends claimed he wouldn't go longer than 10 minutes without taking a picture. When asked why, he would just say he was protecting himself. Well, according to Shelley, his girlfriend, he must have found whatever he was looking for, because on a date, after snapping a photo, he became very afraid. He claimed
he saw the Attack on Titan. I gotta say though, these sketches are really well done. Like they look really good, I guess. I basically said it the first time that I spoke.
there was a skinless man in the photo. Shelley claimed it was just another empty photo. After the incident, DeLont locked himself in his home and would not leave under any circumstances. This went on for several days until Shelley went to his home with the intentions of ending things. Too bad things had already ended, because what she found was truly disturbing.
Oh shit.
Carl's home was covered in Polaroid pictures. Thousands of empty photographs were just lying on the floor and taped to the wall. And near the television there was a puddle of dried blood and a single bone from an index finger, which was assumed to be Carl's. No suspects were ever arrested, and every photo was destroyed, except one. This one, conveniently enough. I'd like to bring your attention to this smudge, right here. You can see the shape of what looks like a person. See it? How about now? This leaves just one question. Is it real or just Photoshop?
It looks like Photoshop. Yeah, that's Photoshop.
And now for the
so this is very, very well done. The voice acting is very well done. I really like how the professor sounds. It sounds like a legitimate lecture. I literally just heard the basic Windows text-to-speech voice going, "Yes, that looks like a Photoshop." As one of the students, it was really funny. I thought I'd point that out. Anyways, I'll try to stop interrupting now so we can actually finish this.
Miss Astro sent me. In 1978, Vietnam veteran Daniel Smith retired from the Army and came home to take care of his family's farm. He wasn't home more than 2 weeks before claiming that there was a man cut in half living in the television. But Daniel insisted that he saw the creature in every program he watched, every time he turned it on. It got so bad, Daniel threw out the television. Eventually, his wife convinced her husband to see a doctor, who contributed his ailment to post-Vietnam syndrome, or what we know as PTSD. Daniel believed that the bisected man, as he named him, was punishment for the things he did in the war. He never said what those things were. He took those details to the grave. A little over 2 months after returning home, Daniel would be found dead from a bizarre tractor accident. His legs were never recovered. Creepy, right? Well, it's about to get creepier. Once I was convinced there was some kernel of truth to these stories, I emailed Miss Astor and asked if she'd like to meet. She replied with a video and a question. Do you see anything? And now I ask you, do you see anything?
I see a very messy porch.
Yep, neither do I. exactly what I was supposed to be seeing. She immediately replied, telling me that she found one of the incomplete people outside her home. This one didn't have his head. Before I could reply, she followed up with a second email. There was a link to another article. In the warning, she wrote, "I think this is how they find you. They notice when people come looking, and I don't think it matters if you know what you're looking for. I think it's as simple as finding something in a picture, a painting, or a video that you didn't notice before. It's when you take that second look, that's when they find you. And when they find you, they own you." I'll be honest, this stuff doesn't get under my skin often, but this did. I let myself get caught up in the story. Of course, my curiosity was still piqued. I had to see what Michelle shared.
So this is a fantastic concept. It's one of those things, I actually go through this all the time. I will think I see something out of the corner of my eye, or I'll be looking at a photo and notice something outside of the actual picture itself, like a shape or like a fuzz or something that probably isn't meant to be in the photo or be part of what the photo is. I see that all the time, like in my mind's eye, just whenever I look at a printed photograph. And the fact that this is now like tying that into some sort of supernatural ghost entity that will abduct you and take the part of you that is missing from it, very, very intriguing and very well done. And you're right, Liquid Garnet, very Smile Dog-esque. Like once you notice it in the photo, it owns you and it kind of follows you almost. It's like a mix between Smile Dog and the movie It Follows. You know what I mean? Oh my god, I just actually did it again. I noticed the bed frame in the mirror out of the corner of my eye from looking at my computer, and it freaked me out. I'm like very on edge. This is very well done. We about what, 2.5 minutes left? So let's see if we die in the next 2.5 minutes, or let's see if we actually get to see one of these what are they called? The incomplete people.
This one tells the story of Amy LeBlanc, 1992. She was in her late 20s and had recently moved to New York in hopes of starting a music career. One weekend, she attended an art exhibit with her roommate, Carol. It featured photos of the city and canyons of a variety of people doing whatever New Yorkers do. However, Amy noticed something that was odd about the exhibit. According to her, there was a woman missing her jaw inhabiting most of the pictures on display. And, as I'm sure you can probably guess, Carol couldn't see it. No one else saw it. She even went on to ask about it during the Q&A section. Of course, no one knew what the woman was talking about. The photographer thought it was a disrespectful prank and asked Amy to leave, which she did. According to Carol, her and Amy had a few drinks, nothing serious, but maybe that was enough to impair her friend. Amy decided to catch a cab and go home while Carol remained behind. Around midnight, Carol came home and she found Amy dead in the living room, missing her jaw. And if you don't believe this story, then by all means check out the Times, March 3rd, 1992 issue. You'll find a story featuring Amy. Now I was really creeped out. Could this be real? I emailed Michelle asking her for another meeting. She didn't reply. A few days passed, and I emailed her again. Nothing. I tried one final time. I received a mailer demon. Her email no longer existed. She was gone.
I got
should have
her.
done this sooner, but I decided to go through my old class rosters. Apparently, I never taught anyone named Michelle Astor. Scared yet? I was for a minute. I concluded that whoever Michelle was played a trick on me. A really good one, too. It's either that or they are in fact real. The prankster went out and found these similar stories and created the backstory for me to connect the dots.
There's my sibling.
Regardless, I think it's fair to give...
Hey, there's a person in here also named M, and I thought you changed your handle. Big tongue. Yeah, so this is... So, M, you're jumping in at, like, almost the end of our showcase tonight. This is called The Incomplete People. It is a short film, and I guess short film is a good word for it. It's about these ghosts who if you notice them, they will follow you around and murder you and take the piece of them that is missing from themselves. Time to fight my own double. So, this is extremely interesting, and I want to see what happens in the next 30 seconds to see if it ends on a very spooky note or if we find out what happened to Michelle or the professor.
Whoever they are, credit for creating something new. Something only this brand new digital world could give us. It wasn't real, but maybe it is now. And, in some way, probably always will be. And that might be all that matters. Once an idea is out there, it takes a life of its own. Although it's never really here, it's never really gone either. It's forever incomplete until we come in contact with it and finish it ourselves.
That is such a good metaphor for the internet in general. Like, this whole thing was very, very well done. I really like the concept of just seeing something out of the corner of your eye, or seeing something that isn't supposed to be there, or thinking you see something that isn't supposed to be there in, like, pictures or around the area or whatever. And just the fact that, it all comes back to maybe this is real, maybe this is fake, who really knows, but it's incomplete until we learn more about it and add more to it. And I think that basically is a good summarization of the internet as a whole. Because people say all the time, oh, the internet is just, it's just what the internet is. The internet is plagued by ads, it's plagued by everything, everybody's been online, everybody's a celebrity online, and blah, 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 blah. But the internet is never really complete as long as people have things to put out there. Because the more and more people put out, the bigger and bigger the internet grows, and the more and more it becomes more complete than it was, prior to that project being put out. Yeah, go back and watch, like, the last like, little while. You can skip over the parts where I was taking care of the baby, but like, looking at something a little too close can be detrimental to you. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I do that at work all the time. We have dead time periods at work. Like, it's dead. We very rarely have any guests coming into where I work. And so I'll sit there and I'll organize our materials, or I'll organize stuff downstairs in our storage rooms. And, like, I'll just kind of zone out for a little bit, and I think I see something or think I hear something of somebody, like, trying to get my attention from down the hall or from upstairs or wherever, and turns out nobody said a thing. And, like, that just happens because your brain is just on autopilot all the time, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess nobody was trying to get my attention. That's just my brain trying to make me be active. And this kind of puts, like, a very good supernatural spin on it. And it was very, very well done. I like that. Why am I not subscribed to Vintage 8? I like all of their stuff. No, very, very well done. Whoever suggested the incomplete people, you have good taste. The internet is like one big game of telephone. Things, information will degrade over time. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Opinions change, or even videos like what I make, like theorization videos, become invalid after a little while, or they get validated from, like, videos of the creator that you enjoy putting more stuff out that either confirms or denies what you think is going on. Like finding a bricked up doorway at my work. Yeah, I would hate that. I would absolutely hate that. I have a small phobia of blocked off rooms. It I don't know where it came from or why it started. It just did one day, and I can't get over it. Yeah, so that was The Incomplete People, and that was really, really well done. Another another banger by Vintage 8. We probably have time to do the Saintwell Mall. I think that's the next one we're going to do, because it is just, again, it is just one video. Incomplete people, check mark. I also have that fear. That's because we were raised in the same house, Em. I don't know why we have that fear. It's just a shared commonality between, I think, all four of us. So, what did I say we were going to do? Saintwell Mall. I literally said it 20 seconds ago. Alright, cool. So, Saintwell Mall. This is a project that was worked on by... Could the phobia have been created by you watching Coraline? Yes, absolutely. The first time I watched Coraline was at a school movie night when I was, like, in 6th grade. So that probably absolutely could have been the case. Although now Coraline is, like, one of my favorites. Like, one of my favorite stop-motion movies. So, Saintwell Mall was one I discovered a little while ago. It is... I'd say I discovered it a little while ago. It was 10 months ago. This is a video made by... If I remember correctly, this is made by Bloople. One of the creators behind Milton Math Games, and the other project that we were going to look at earlier, Jumpy Pop. And I believe Minaxa made, like, a guest appearance in this as well. So, we'll check it out. And if I remember correctly, I think I've already seen this. But after we watch this, we'll click on the website thing, because there was some sort of hint or whatever that I kind of skipped over because I didn't want to be spoiled for anything. So, here we go. Just stop it. What a cool guy. Just look at him down there. Chilling. I like the little guy. Yeah, me too.
For decades, there has been competition in the mall industry.
Yeah, that's
Everyone trying
Minaxa,
to
I
make
think.
their mall bigger than the other. Many have succeeded, but failed to build the best one there is. But in the great town of Saintwell, you don't have to worry about which mall is the best to go to, because Saintwell has it all. And here to demonstrate just how much there is here is Mac the Mall Rat.
Howdy, the name's Mac. Mac the Mall Rat. Saintwell Mall has plenty of different stores, restaurants, and entertainment locations. Like the cinema.
So I think he's wearing a backwards hat, and him just wearing the backwards hat and being called a mall rat is giving me flashbacks to Kevin James' movie Mallrats. Not Kevin James. Kevin Smith. Too many Kevins.
Well, this movie stinks. Why are you booing it? It's a movie, guys. The theater was a bust. But hey, there's so much more to explore in the mall. Check out this arcade. It looks huge. There's so many games and so little time. Well, that's it for me. I should get some shut-eye. But that wasn't all for Saintwell Mall either. So expect to be seeing me again very soon as I discover more inside the mall.
Also, I just realized the subtitles are self-added because they had the multiple Ys and stuff in the very part. So I actually didn't notice that the first time. So they might have some extra tidbits in it.
Thank you, Mac. We hope you enjoyed that little presentation from our friendly mascot, who also happens to have his own themed restaurant exclusive to Saintwell Mall. We're always looking for ways to expand, and every day we find new businesses to partner with. Featured in Mac's little presentation was a brand new cinema that recently opened up inside the mall. Over the course of only a few months, we were able to swiftly launch this cinema with virtually no problems. This is thanks to our ties to construction companies, as well as our team's ability to communicate with investors. The only reason Saintwell Mall has been able to successfully profit is because something new is always popping up every day, unlike other malls. We only opened up a year ago, and we already have 300 stores. This was all an effort from our...
Something tells me he isn't always so friendly if he owns a restaurant and a mall. Yeah, kind of gives me, like, a little bit of mascot horror vibes. Not gonna lie.
Our amazing Saintwell Mall team.
Yes. Hello, babyface. I don't like the way it moves. Like, the fact that I've gotten kind of used to the fact that, like, oh, you'll see faces and stuff in these sort of, you know, videos. But the fact that it's moving the way it does, like, it's almost, like, flowing and bulging, I don't like that. It gives that sort of, like, uncanny valley feel to it more than it already has. To stop working for the Saintwell Security Mall Division could sound like a grueling task. But fear not, as the Saintwell Mall team will help out greatly as you navigate this new job. We try to help as much as we possibly can to ensure the friendliest and safest work environment. The security system is huge. It is a huge mall after all. So we need multiple people with access to cameras and alarms to look after the place at different times. If you're watching this, one of those people are you. I feel like that could have been worded a little differently, but... I'm also not great when it comes to writing the English. So, let's get to work. Upon entry to the security room, you'll be greeted by a computer terminal displaying our Saintwell network. I can't read what that bottom text says. You'll enter the security key and see a baby face. Does that say elevator is open? Alice, stop making noise in your monitor. Scaring the shit out of me, girl. My daughter is like, she rolls around in her sleep, so she's just making noise in the monitor as soon as the face pops up. Oh yeah, this I remember this part. Alright, I missed what that said. Hold on. Do my good old-fashioned frame-by-frame technique. Basement. Welcome, Percy. I'm assuming we're Percy? Or is the face that we've been seeing Percy? Sitting here rotting away as I dwell on my mistakes. But who's the one really rotting here?
Test number 1, work in progress, Saintwell Mall commercial. There are many great things about the world. Food, shopping, lovable marketable corporate mascots.
Lovable marketable
What if you combine
corporate
all of
mascots
those into something perfect? The brand new Saintville Mall in the small town of Saint.
Unstable. What does it say? Unstable rerouting cam basement 1A.
No Saint. No Saint. Call 1-800.
Alright. Hold up. Because that was definitely something. Like I said, I haven't seen this since it came out. So a lot of these things I didn't really take notes on when I probably should have. Tell him. Tell who and tell them what.
1-800-size Saintville for more information on various deals and shops at Saintville Mall.
Endless opportunities awaits. I don't know what this says. I legitimately can't read this. I can't even... It looks like possibly S-U... I can't even begin. If somebody can make out what this says, let me know. It looks... I can't tell if it's upside down and backwards or if it's just faded. Oh, yeah, this part. I remember. Yeah. Omnoi? Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking, too. Like, it looked like an O. It also looked like the bottom of... Sorry, the baby's talking. It also looked like the bottom of an S, too, so, like, maybe it was something like that. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. This has got to be, like, the basement camera, right? Yeah, there's the face right there.
We thank you for the continuous support on the Saintwell Mall project. Always expect more to come, and be sure to rewind and return this tape for another employee.
Alice is in with the spooky time. Yeah, kind of. She interrupted us a couple times during the last video, and I had to, like, take a 5-minute break just to go get her. Yeah, it was Blue Bull. Okay, I did have it right. And Manaxa. Cool. Yeah, no, this whole thing is a very cool concept. Clearly, there's a lot more that, a lot more to tell with this story. There's I don't know if it's a ghost or a missing child or what, but it is very, very cool with its concept. Just especially when we have, like, we're in the era of dying malls. So, like, having things like that, it's really neat to see. It's part of the reason why when I was making, or when I still kind of am, I'm still writing it, Welcome to Milltown, I used to work at a mall. That's how I got some of the footage for, what the heck is that? I don't even want to know what that is. It's part of how I got some of the footage was working at a mall. And just putting some of that footage together, or taking some of those pictures with, like, the open doors and just the empty, unfinished hallways, it can be really unsettling sometimes. So yeah, so that was the St. Juan Mall. And then they have their website that we can go to. I found Incomplete People more interesting, but this was creepier. Yeah, Incomplete People is, like, fascinating with its subject material and the ideas that it's putting forth. This was very much your I won't say middle of the road, but stereotypical, like, here's an old training tape, or here's an old infomercial for this mall. something clearly has possessed the tape to interfere with it that way, putting the name Percy in there, that sort of deal. Kind of reminds me of a mix between Mascot Horror and Backrooms with the Ever-Growing Mall. Yeah, the Ever-Growing Mall was a neat little touch, especially the fact that they said we've only been open a year and we now have 300 locations. Like, damn. Okay, so what was Saintwell Mall? Saintwell Mall was the childhood mall of our restoration team and maybe even you. Our goal is to find old Saintwell Mall promotional material and infomercials. As most of the stuff has faded into obscurity, we will actively update this site as more comes up. We are excited to share our findings, and maybe you'll enjoy what we're able to find. So this is very much this gives me like oh my goodness, what is the name of it? Everybody's obsessed with it. Welcome Home vibes with like the restoration team, or the Milton Math games where you have somebody kind of like restoring these old game footage. That's a lot of Hot Topics. Yeah, it absolutely is a lot of Hot Topics. It's too many Hot Topics, one would argue. But yeah, this is like the restoration team kind of vibe from like Welcome Home or Milton's Math games. Can I learn more about the mascot? Along with the launch of the Saintwell Mall, a mascot was also launched, and it is how most of us on the restoration team remembered the Saintwell Mall. Learn more here, and we'll click on that in just a minute. Where can I find the findings? We have our first finding after months of organizing and seeking out old tapes from rather sketchy marketplace listings. Someone by the name of Ashley, I'm assuming that that's going to be important, found out about our little operation and kindly lended us a tape they had obtained through working at the Saintwell Mall in the security division in the late 80s. And then this link, I think we discovered, just brings you back to the Saintwell Mall video. So clicking here, introducing Mac the Mall Rat. Mac can be seen in our latest finding in a newspaper clipping we recently found. Mac was described as an enthusiastic yet somewhat clumsy, stylish rat. And we think this description suits him well. We would love to track down anyone who animated Mac or even find the voice actor. As of right now, the only appearance of Mac we have are from our first finding video. Please contact us if you maybe have any new images or videos of Mac in action. And this one, like, we can't click. So the other one ends up being a link, but Anna, listen, Alice is already making noises. Goodness gracious. My dog and my baby are trying to give me a heart attack. I'm suddenly thinking of the short story, Those Who Walk Away from Omelas with a Kid in the Basement. I actually don't know what that is. Liquid Garnet. Is it like a short story that I can find somewhere, like on Creepypasta? Or is it like a thing that I could just look up on YouTube and try to find? Cheese the Rabbit is next. This next fella is a bit of a mystery. The only thing we know about Cheese is that he was Mac's buddy. We don't have evidence that he existed. We're purely relying on the memories of our restoration team, so some details may be off. We'll be sure to update this if any new leads are found in regards to Cheese. And then we can actually click on Cheese, and it comes up with look in the mirror, contemplate, assess, and assure, regret, reform, and continue the job. Finalize your decision. So, very ominous there. And that is about as far as the Saintwell Mall goes for right now. It's very, very young in its stages. And I know that the person who is working on it took steps away to work on other projects. So if we go to Bloople's channel, they have a ton of... No, I don't want this ad. Oh, is this not... Oh, this isn't them. Where'd they go? Hold on. Jumpy Pop. Here we go. Blue Pool. People might have read it online. It was something I read in high school literature. Will this be like Candle Cove, where the more they remember, the more they'll find? That's my guess. TLM Gaming. It's very likely that a lot of the stuff that they will discover in St. Mall will be more along the lines of like, hey, we remember this, and then the more they remember it, the more corrupted it becomes. But no, this is Blue Bull, creator of Jumpy Pop and St. Mall. Jumpy Pop is one that I'm gonna make a full-on video for because it goes deep. Like, it's got like the videos here. There's like 2 or 3 whole separate websites for it that go in deep and have their own story to tell. There's a whole mystery behind it. I don't know why that's still up. It's very, very intriguing. Like I said, it was one of the first videos that I wrote down to talk about, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Maybe the kid got lost and was never found again. This place does sound like a nightmare if your kid lets go of your hand and just loses sight of you. Yeah, that's like when I was working in a mall, one of the things that like we had to make sure of, because I worked in a specific store in the mall, and I won't say which one, but M knows. When I worked at the specific store, we had to make sure that because we had toys in our store and it was a children's oriented store, that no child got behind the counter or in the back door, because the back door led to our loading area and there was a ton of just stuff back there, like unfinished sheetrock walls, some construction that was still going on. It led out to the back parking lot and the parking garage. Like, it was very easy for a kid to get lost there, and that's terrifying. Like, as a parent, like, you just blink and your kid is missing, because it literally takes half a second for them to just let go and book it. But no, so Jumpy Pop is has become one of my favorites. And yeah, it doesn't look like much. So, how many videos? They're all fairly short, but it's already past midnight. So we'll probably check this out again. We'll check this one out later. I do want to do more streams. They'll kind of supplement the real, the animated 1.5, 2 hour long essays that I'm currently working on. But Jumpy Pop is either going to be one of those, or we'll watch it on stream and then I'll take that footage and add it into the video. It's one of those that like is really, really interesting. And then the creator makes stuff like this after the ads load. Right? Like, it's literally just, that sort of thing. But they're really, really good at making this sort of digital horror. I don't know, the idea of the kid just letting go and got scared, hit, and got stuck somewhere in the mall is way scarier than a kid getting killed to me. Yeah, just the kid being like just running off and being curious, and then just being stuck there and left there to like rot. Because it even said rotting, thinking about like my mistakes or whatever it was. Send that to me. Just look it up, M. Right here. Blue Pool. I need that. What do you need it for? In fact, you know what? Don't answer that question. Don't tell me what you need this for. But I think we're gonna call it quits on the stream here. Thank you guys for joining. We've been going for like an hour and a half or so. So about as long as most of my videos. I hope you guys like enjoyed this live stream. I know there was times where I just kept pausing and talking, or like had to disappear for like a couple minutes. It happens when you're a dad. Hence why the channel's been kind of inactive for a little while. But I am still here. I am coming back. It's just a matter of I need to get my life in order first. So. Holy shit. Anyways, I'm gonna call it quits. When I quit the video, text me because I have a question for you in regards to some things that we have discussed in the past. So, that's about it, guys. I hope you guys had fun on the stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and I will see you guys next time.